So the debate on whether alpha-synuclein is the core toxic element in Parkinson's disease has been ongoing since the identification of alpha-synuclein in Lewy bodies. And the idea is that we thought from that moment, from the year 97, when alpha-synuclein was identified as a main component of Lewy bodies, that maybe we need to avoid the accumulation of alpha-synuclein in Lewy bodies to protect against some possible toxicity associated with Lewy bodies. Now, because we've learned a lot over the years, this question became controversial because, in fact, when we look at the brains of patients with Lewy bodies, we cannot say that because they have more Lewy bodies, they have more neuronal cell loss. So this is the debate. Actually, there's even data suggesting that maybe the accumulation of Lewy bodies with alpha-synuclein may be protective. So maybe those neurons that accumulate more alpha-synuclein are healthier because they were able to handle some possible toxic forms of alpha-synuclein in a better way and convert them into Lewy bodies, and maybe this is protective. This is controversial. We don't know if this is the case. And there's even people now defending that instead of trying to get rid of Lewy bodies, we should even give more alpha-synuclein to the patients, because maybe what they have is a loss of function of alpha-synuclein because the protein is being clumped and sequestered into Lewy bodies, and maybe there's not so much protein available to go and perform its normal function in the cells. So some people think that maybe we need to give more alpha-synuclein to improve the situation in the neuronal cells in the brains of patients. So we don't know very well what the situation is, but I still maintain, and I think we all agree, that alpha-synuclein is a player in Parkinson's disease, at least in some forms of the disease, maybe not all. And this is also becoming clear that there are some forms of Parkinson's disease that do not seem to have Lewy bodies. So that's telling us that maybe they don't need these Lewy bodies to have the problems. And there's also people that never showed any clinical symptoms of any Parkinson's disease or related synucleinopathy. And just by chance, when neuropathologists look at the brains of these people after they die, they find Lewy bodies. So it's telling us that just because you have Lewy bodies, this does not mean that you will have disease. So this is the controversy. And I think we need to be really correct with the data we have and admit that we don't know enough. We need to study this process more. We need to really try to understand whether alpha-synuclein can be toxic, and a lot of in vitro and in vivo preclinical data suggests it can be toxic under many conditions. But in the patients, things might be a bit different, and we cannot say for sure today that Lewy bodies are the culprits. This is the honest position, and I think we need to face it, because this will impact on a lot of the attempts we are making to treat these diseases based on removing Lewy bodies. So we need to sort out this controversy in the coming years, hopefully.